Welcome to the New Camping Man, Warrior Camp Part 2. Let's go. Got a bit of time and made some toggles. I may not need them, but I've got them ready if I need them on the next camp. Or the camp later, maybe. So a little bit of a twist today. At one point I'm going to stay in a campsite. Yes, a campsite, I know. But I want to break it up a little bit, but I am taking the tarp with me, so I'm not sleeping in the tent. I am still sleeping under the tarp, so it's just a bit of a twist. So people are probably there with tents and wondering what's going on. Well, I'm coming with a tarp, Andy. Absolutely. All right then. Right then. Okay, so just gone up and had me breakfast and had a chill out. Ready for the day ahead. You can tell there's deer being round here. Some deer tracks. See the shape? That's the shape of a deer's hoof. Or I don't know if it's called a hoof, but that's what it is. So, a change of plan. Not that you knew what the plan was, but the original idea was in the morning was to walk all the way back to Woodbridge and then get a taxi eventually to the campsite. Well, I haven't got to be on the campsite till 2 o'clock, so it makes sense just to get a taxi from here. And also, I'm going to go inside the visitor centre and that nature. Now, this is a National Trust, so the thing is, the National Trust could be a bit funny about doing videos inside there. So, although I would like to video in there, it could be a bit sketchy. And so, you know, I mean, they can be very, very touchy about that. They don't mind you doing the outside bit, and like I did earlier on, but actually doing inside the centre, they may not be so clever about that. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure the National Trust can be a bit funny about those sort of things. It's not only that as well. If I show you the inside, then you may not want to come because you've already seen it. Although you can see a lot online, I know, today. But the idea, I suppose, part of my videos is to get the idea of a place. It's like when I went and did the Suffolk trip. Although I've not actually been in the workhouse, I myself, I knew it'd be funny if it was, I think that's National Trust as well. I may be wrong, but if you start doing filming, then there could be a bit funny about that. But also, I did a lot of to encourage you guys to go and visit these places as well. So if I tell you everything about it, then that defeats the idea of going to visit, doesn't it? And you can probably find quite a bit online anyway, to be honest. But this is my intake, and it's not. It's about the camping, isn't it? It's about the camping as well as the history on this particular video anyway, on these particular videos. But you know, I'm going to have a wander. I mean, the centre doesn't open till 10 o'clock, so it gives me a chance to sit, chill, and look at this. And boy, it's pretty damn good, isn't it? I've also heard that the tower may be open today. Now, I might be able to video from the tower. I didn't know what the tower was, but apparently the tower is open between certain hours at certain times of the year. And you can see the burial sites from there. And apparently, when I was speaking to... excuse me. Speaking to one of the rangers there, and, you know, who was doing putting things up, said the tower's open today. I said, well, out of time that, right, you know, how about that then? So, might be able to show you a bit of that. And I'll show you, obviously, about round here. And I've showed you a bit round here anyway, but we'll continue. I say I haven't got till 2 o'clock, and I'll have a wander around and like. Okay? So, Tranmere House, or Tranmere House, I suppose your pronunciation. Apparently, when Edith Pretty was in this house, it was a log, I think wood or a log burning heating. So the heating was from that sort of source. A plaque over there was telling. So basically, more or less the same as what the Anglo-Saxons did in them days. No luxury of heating the way that we do it now. It was all done through the beauty of wood, which they now replace as well. They now plant the trees again, so that's quite good. There we go, all for eco. And then guys, we're going up the tower to go and see the burial sites. See you at the top. So YouTube, if I haven't done enough walking already, well, I'm at the top. And just over there you can catch the Deben, look. Just over there. So okay guys. Well, I'm going to have go down one more tier and then look at the burial site. There's where the main ship is, over there look.
Alright. This appears to be the only one that's got the front and back of it sticking out to tell you where it was.
Yeah. So there was two then. Oh yeah, the great ship, the burial ship is Mound 1. That in front of me. So that's the main one. There. That's me set up for the night. Bit of a weird setup. And it's light scorching under that. Be a bit hot. But and there's a bit of wind on there. Let's be honest. That'll be quite good because of a bit of ventilation. Because there's not much, I think there is some ventilation, yeah, coming through that. And from the side and from the back. It'll do. Just something different, isn't it? That's all. So guys, it's nice to get rid of the shackles of that weight. It's a warm day. I ain't having to carry anything. And I've had a shower. Yes, a shower. Don't get the wrong impression. I do shower, you know. It's just that with the wild camping side, it don't happen. But yeah, I do shower. So stop it. Stop it now. Stop it. So, at the end of the day, it looked a bit weird to him, walking up with this tarp. And what do I do with that? So that's my problem. Well, I didn't say it's my problem, but thing is, I was meant to go to Felixstowe today. Felixstowe's quite a long way off. Well, it wouldn't have been a long way to go. It's just that, well, actually, technically it would. So, it would have took me a long, you know, by the time we got there, we were doing time to go back. So, we had to knock that one on the head, unfortunately. However, some things I'd like to tell you about Felixstowe if you didn't already. It's the UK's largest container port. So chances are, if you got something through Amazon or somewhere in the world, that's where it came from. So I will have a look at that one day. I think I'll try it another day and give that a go. Lots to see, isn't there? There's always lots to see. I might come back to this area again sometime. Quite enjoying it. But it's nice to get rid of the shackles. So I'm just walking down this road to Woodbridge to get some food, maybe a few ales, maybe I'll walk round. I'll have to wait and see. I can see me coming back stumbling. I hope not. But either way, anyway, this campsite, they'll let you have a fire on there, which I think is quite cool. How many campsites in the UK let you have a fire? It's quite rare nowadays. There are a few, obviously. There are probably is quite a lot, but every time you look, there's always ones, no campfires, no barbecues. It's quite, you know, it's nice to have that. The only drawback is you've got to buy their tinder and their wood, but who cares? They've got barbecues and stuff there, but simple, innit? Maybe a barbie tonight. Maybe. Right then, I'll see you later. Better get that GPS on though. Oh dear. Right. Food. Anti-eating since this morning. Been busy, haven't we, getting here and doing what we got to do. In a way, suppose it helps you lose weight. So I hope you like my top. Camping man. Go under the trees. Might see that. My t-shirt. Logo. Camping man. I'm the new camping man, but at the time that I made this YouTube, I may have forgot the new art of camping. So it's just Camping Man, but it sticks there. It's a bit of a logo, isn't it? Camping Man. And it's at the back, but I can't really get to the back now. Anyway, I'm going to carry on walking. Catch you in a bit. So, I had something to eat. I was absolutely starving, to be honest. So I've had chips and paste. I don't usually have paste actually, but it's something different. And peas. I had a parody. But yeah, it wasn't very greasy. It wasn't greasy at all. It was actually blooming gorgeous, to be honest. So that's me. God, I was hungry though. It was a mammoth size portion. It looked like Joby Dick or Moby Dick had been on my plate. The size of the fish and the chips. I thought there's no way I'm going to finish this. But I certainly did. But then again, I hadn't eaten since this morning, to be fair. So, well, got my priorities right. I'm going to now go and get some ale. Well, I'll go to a pub. I'm not going to get some ale. So, maybe later. Yeah. God, it's one day. So, proper chuffed at that. Just show you the street here, look. It's idyllic, or idyllic. So, morning all. Didn't do much filming last night, sorry guys. I came back a bit late, a bit worse for wear. Had a few drinks. So I'm gonna probably get up early, head off to Ipswich, and then obviously I'm gonna go home at one point, but when I walk around Ipswich at one point. So I'm gonna try and get a coffee. There's water in there. You've got to boil anything, but it's just as well because I didn't get any water last night. I have to go to the pub. So luxuries, luxuries. Never mind. We'll get on with it. I'm going to get a coffee from the kettle. There's a kettle in there. So I'm going to go and use the kettle, all right? So this is different. So this is different now, you see? So I know I went out for a drink last night. I hadn't had time to have any breakfast, so that's my own fault. But how about this?
Cheers.
Thank you very much.
So,
have a good day.
This is the luxury, so I'm going to get a chocolate bar and a pack of crisps and a cappuccino. How about that, guys?
Enjoy.
Enjoy, exactly. So, guys, just an every now and again a thing that was, wasn't it? Different experience. Turn up with a tarp. The woman in the camp says, I wouldn't like to sleep under that. But each to their own. Well, I do. That's what I do. I sleep under the tarp. So, thing is, a kettle. Yep, a kettle, showers, even a microwave and a fridge. God, got it all, that place had. Got to be picky though. Where's me Sky TV? There was no TV there. But we're camping. Who wants a television? Mind you, had luxury, glamping. That is. It's not camping. That's glamping. Well, I made it a bit of wild camp because I did me. Well, not wild camp, is it? But I made it different because of the tarp being there. So what we're going to do is try and get the train to. From here, I'm walking again, as you can see, from here to Ipswich. I wander around Ipswich and then go home, really. So my train's not till about 4 o'clock. So should be all right. Spend a bit of day there. I don't even know if I'm going the right bloody direction, to be honest. But if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I should put my map on and have a look. But we'll walk anyway, and if I'm going the wrong way, I'll just have to turn around and go back. Well, there we go. I'm sure I can figure it out. Yes, I'll figure it out. But, what you reckon to that van? Hey, I had no breakfast because I was out for a beer, as I mentioned last night. I had a few beers. got a taxi back to the camp. Worse for wear. But so they didn't see much filming last night. Yeah, well, got to have your own little bit of time to yourself, haven't you? I do this as a bit of a hobby. So I'm going to have to find out if I'm on the right direction. So what I'm going to do then, I think, if I come to a sign up here, I'll know. But we'll see. I mean, we'll see where we are and have a chill out there. So breakfast is not exactly nutritious, was it? I had kettle chips. Now I never knew that kettle chips were from around here, from Suffolk area. They do some quite good stuff here. You got the cider, Adam's beer, Ghost Ship. That's nice stuff. So there we go. Oh dear. Seems a little bit easy walking today. When I was walking yesterday, my shoulders were actually burning, quite killing me. But you get used to it, don't you? But at the moment, I probably am, because it really doesn't seem that bad. But it's all part of the fun, isn't it? So, as I was saying about nutritious breakfast, cappuccino, kettle chips, and a Mars bar. It's not exactly nutritious, is it? But it's there. Now, I think I've messed up here, because I'm sure that sign tells me Wickham Market is that way. Hang on a minute. No, I haven't messed up. You see, navigator. Train station's over there. Don't know if it's the same one, but it'll be one that'll take me to Ipswich. I'm sure it is. Yeah, because there's the pub. So that's where I'm heading, down there, and train station's up that way. So I could, when I was walking down there over way, I was like a bit, are you sure you're going the right direction? Are you sure not got yourself lost? Mental navigation. Maybe it's that way. Maybe it's that way. Now I'm being cocky, but it was that way. And I've got there. Another pretty place though. Another pretty place. Wait for this car to go. Yeah, see you in a bit. I've done crisp, but I'm thinking I'm going to get a pasty now at the station. Then I've had a proper breakfast as well, and or a bacon butty. What you just saw there was a picture of the town hall. So the town hall in Ipswich, which is quite an impressive place, really. Now this place has got a bit of a jaded history. This town centre. Apparently, for what I've understood of what I've seen on a few YouTube channels, that more historians than myself. I just talk about history, but I'm not an historian, as I mentioned in the other videos. And I'm being brutally honest when I say that. I just look up history and try and tell you guys bits that you may or may not know. But apparently this area used to be an area where they used to burn people at stake. So it's quite, you know, you can imagine that people were looking at the spectacle of watching people be burnt at stake in this very, very square that I'm looking at now, this area. So it's got a bit of a jaded history. So there is an area as well further on down where there was a famous cartoonist for a paper, and I think he became a correspondent during the Second World War, or was it First or Second World War? I'm a bit grey on that, I'm going to be honest, but it was one of the wars anyway. And basically he's got one of his characters looking at the window where in the offices he used to work at, so I'll show you that in a bit. But I'm just going to sit down and chill out. My shoulders are still hurting a bit, but you expect when you're carrying stuff on the back. But there we go. I met these people on the train earlier on, a bloke and his two kids, and they were really nice people. So obviously they were interested in what I had to tell them about wild camping and the like. And as I say, I'm still new to it, but as you know, you're always learning, and I always like to pass things on to people. You're passing on bits that you learn along the way, and there's always more to learn, and I'm learning again and again about it. But they seem very interesting, and they're very nice people. So I'd like to thank them for how kind they were and how appreciated what I was telling them, and the response back was great as well. Hopefully the kids will try wild camping sometime, and they took a picture of me with my tarp, so that was really good. So we're going to show you that statue in a minute, okay, and you'll see there's a cartoon character that looks up to the offices where the guy who did the cartoon used to work. And I'm sure there's a bit more history than what I'm telling you there, and I'm sure you can look it up, but that's the basics of it. What you just saw there was a picture of the town hall. So the town hall in Ipswich, which is quite an impressive place really. Now this place has got a bit of a jaded history, this town centre. Apparently, for what I've understood of what I've seen on a few YouTube channels that more historians than myself, I just talk about history, but I'm not an historian, as I mentioned in the other videos, and I'm being brutally honest when I say that, I just look up history and try and tell you guys bits that you may or may not know. But apparently this area used to be an area where they used to burn people at stake, so it's quite, you know, you can imagine that people were looking at the spectacle of watching people be burnt at stake in this very square that I'm looking at now, this area. So it's got a bit of a jaded history. So there is an area as well further on down where there was a famous cartoonist for a paper, and I think he became a correspondent during the Second World War, or was it First or Second World War? I'm a bit grey on that, I'm going to be honest, but it was one of the wars anyway. And basically he's got one of his characters looking at the window where in the offices he used to work at, so I'll show you that in a bit. But I'm just going to sit down and chill out. My shoulders are still hurting a bit, but you expect when you're carrying stuff on the back. But there we go. I met these people on the train earlier on, a bloke and his two kids, and they were really nice people. So obviously they were interested in what I had to tell them about wild camping and the like. And as I say, I'm still new to it, but as you know, you're always learning, and I always like to pass things on to people. You're passing on bits that you learn along the way, and there's always more to learn, and I'm learning again and again about it. But they seem very interesting, and they're very nice people. So I'd like to thank them for how kind they were and how appreciated what I was telling them, and the response back was great as well. Hopefully the kids will try wild camping sometime, and they took a picture of me with my tarp, so that was really good. So we're going to show you that statue in a minute, okay, and you'll see there's a cartoon character that looks up to the offices where the guy who did the cartoon used to work. And I'm sure there's a bit more history than what I'm telling you there, and I'm sure you can look it up, but that's the basics of it. Everybody knows I'm a sucker for aircraft. Well, they don't know if they look at my Instagram. Check this out. So guys, I'm going to end it here. I'm in Peterborough. I'm telling you, what an excellent place I've been today. Or the last 2 days, sorry. And the people have been genuine, they've been amazing. And I can honestly say that. They've been absolutely fabulous. So a credit to East Anglia. Credit to the area. And I really enjoyed it. Such a nice people, such a nice place. absolutely fabulous. It was absolutely great. So, as you know, and we know what I'm going to say, thanks for watching New Camping Man. Please subscribe, smash that bell, catch you soon, signing off.